2018. Do you have any memories of that game? And if so, like, how does that compare to today's game, which obviously had a much bigger crowd?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot that I actually played here, and then I walked in the locker room, and I immediately was like, I've been here before, and then I remembered playing here. So it's pretty cool to have played here twice. Yeah, it was good to have a big crowd, and team played great, so it was good memories here.
It's like coming back to Buffalo after the history. This goes to your man as well. The history of the Buttes and all those games, the history of it, coming back here and having 8,500 fans turning up for this. What's it like to kind of relive that again, coming back here?
Yeah, I think a lot of us on our team that have played in past leagues have some good memories here. I think, the Buttes fan base was one of the best in our league, and I kept telling some teammates about them tonight, and it was a good showing. So no surprises there.
In terms of tonight's game, going into that third period, what was the message in the locker room? What was the feeling in the locker room, knowing that, the third period needed to be what it was and pushing this thing to overtime in the shootout? You guys really grinding this one out.
I think we were pretty calm in between periods. We trust each other, and I think we've been building a lot of momentum these past few games and kind of finding our team identity along the way. So I think it was pretty calm in there, and we knew the game plan, so it was nice to see us come out with a strong third.
And what was it like when you're seeing both goalies playing so well, especially through overtime? And it's like, what just the thoughts on Aerin and even just how Kaylee played over on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of expected out of Aerin. We know what she can do, and we're very confident in her every day. So she doesn't even surprise me too often, but we're lucky to have her. But yeah, both goalies were great tonight. It was going to be tough to get one in overtime, and we definitely had a lot of chances. But yeah, like I said, both goalies were great tonight.
Aerin, you seem to have always had success in your career during the shootout, and tonight obviously you pitched the clean sheet of the goalie. Can you talk a little bit about what your mindset is when you're going to face each shooter? Like, is there something that you're looking at, or are you watching any film on shooters beforehand, or do you kind of know any tendencies?
No, I don't watch any film on shootouts or anything, but I think just trying to be patient. It's hard. These players obviously have so much skill, and we see that every night in this league, so you really got to be patient as a goalie and try to wait them out and let them make the first move.
Hannah, what's been the key to Boston getting on this roll after a bit of a bumpy start, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're playing a good team game. We're really all bought in just to the basics, getting pucks in, defending well, and I think what's really helped us is we have all six on the ice going with one goal, and we've had all of our lines producing. Our defensemen have been awesome as well. So I think, it's just been a good team effort the last few games, and I think that's what's been leading to our success.
How much more does a trip like this mean to punctuate it with a W? It's a lot of, time on the ice, but it's also the Q&As, doing stuff out in the community, trying to grow the game, as well as keep yourself focused so that you can win something like tonight. Just what's the experience like on that part of it?
I think every team in this league has had a tough travel up to this point. I think we're just embracing it. I think we like to keep it light. We're a really fun group. We get along really well. When we're on the road for this long, I think it's just bringing us closer together, and you can tell on the ice that we're on the upswing.
There's a story behind the walk in the shirt.
Legendary Sue Bird, when we had our tour game out in Seattle, took a picture of Brownie in the box. I don't know if it was her first or second, or I'm not sure, but when she went in the box, Sue Bird took a picture of her and posted it on Instagram and said, "Bad girl." And we thought that was pretty cool. So shout out to Sue Bird, and now we have t-shirts.
Aerin, building off of the mindset and your patience question from earlier, in that first period, New York got 2 quick goals right away, but then you shut them down the rest of the way. So after that first period, kind of what was your mindset in that first intermission, and how were you able to carry it out the rest of the way?
Just fighting through adversity a little bit. Not every game's going to be perfect. Obviously, wish we didn't come out under 1 goal, but I think we responded well, and I think that shows a lot of character about our team. And That's sports. It's not always going to be your day in the first period, but we were able to come alive as the game went on.
What's it like facing Philly as a shooter? Obviously, there's a lot of talk about her skill, but from the goalie perspective, what do you see in her game that makes her so tough to stop?
She's patient with the puck. I think she's always looking to be a threat on the ice. She gets into good areas to score, and she looks to make that extra play, that extra pass that maybe other players don't look to make, and just try to get it on net. So you got to respect her skill and just lock in when she has the puck.
Aerin, what allows you to stay cool when everybody's crashing? That puck is just bouncing all over the place, and your pads, blockers, just everything.
We're wondering the same thing.
I think just like it's fun. Like we're having fun, and it's not a fun game if I only have like 5 shots. So those are the games that are more fun. And obviously, getting the win is the most important thing and makes it even more fun. But I think just focusing on the puck, taking it one shot at a time, and embracing it sometimes, because this league's so good and every team is so strong that a lot of the games are going to be busy games for the goalies.
Aerin, what did you give in the player to go deck to Pelkey?
I think Pelkey has just shown incredible drive in this season and last year, and she has a little baby now, and she comes to the rink every day with a smile on her face, and always a positive person and amazing to have in our locker room. And she had a huge goal tonight on the power play, so I think there were other games she could have gotten the jacket, but I think tonight was very deserving.
Okay. Yeah.
Amanda, how, not to say surprised, but it's like Hillary Knight usually buries those chances and knows a good save on the other end. How surprised were you to find that puck on your stick after that?
Yeah, I thought that play, Mueller made an awesome play to Niter, and I thought, well, this is going in. But we've I think all been gripping our sticks a little too tight on power play for a while now, and I was just trying to kind of stay in the spot that our coach has been talking about with pucks popping out, and just try to shoot really hard. So, yeah.
You guys have the best penalty kill in the league. What makes it work so well, obviously, besides having a brick wall in net?
So Aaron's a good help. I don't know. I think we just all read off of each other. We have obviously a strategy, but I think we've just been reading, making plays, and not giving the other team time to get set up. So we try to dictate what they're doing as much as we can. So I think that's been helpful. But everyone that's gone out, whether it's people that don't kill often because of the new rule, everyone's bought in and blocking shots. And then obviously, it helps having Aerin behind us.
Take one final question.
Pelkey, what does it feel like to finally get a goal and be like you talked about it the other day? I don't know, like just how far you've come this year.
Yeah, I honestly think, without crying, I think the coolest part, honestly, about this year is being able to bring him to the rink. Like, I bring him in, and the girls just swarm around him, and he loves the attention. And I think some of my favorite moments this year, without a doubt, are when he's with us. And definitely miss him on the road, but enjoying my time with the team. And it's pretty cool to be a pro hockey player and a mom at the same time. I honestly would have never thought I would be. And I hope that this opens the door for a lot of other girls in the league. And, you can be both. So I'm loving every second, and I'm pretty happy. He has a room full of aunts. So it's been awesome.
Thank you, guys.
It was really loud. I don't know if it was the music or the fans. It was really loud. I mean, even TV timeouts really loud. But it's so nice to be able to, play in front of a different crowd and spread our game across the globe here. I think this league has done tremendous things for not only women's ice hockey, but, women in sport in general. And I think it's just so awesome for us to be able to play in different, different venues and in different spots around North America right now.
Heading into that third period, talk to us what the message was to the team to get you guys into overtime and then eventually get that shootout win.
I think our second period was the team that we wanted to show up for 60 minutes, and so I think the message was just, that team that showed up is the team that needs to show up for the third period. Off to a slow start in the first, so we want to see our team play 60 minutes, and I think we got a good 50 minutes out of them by the end of the overtime. And a win's a win in this league, and points are hard to come by, so we're happy with the win.
You see Aerin Frankel playing the way that she does, making the saves that she does. What comes to mind when you see an effort like that, nightly?
I mean, I think I've said this enough times in the media, but she's the best goalie in the world, and countless times she's kept us in games and kept us rolling through playoffs last year, faced so many shots, and she's just so steady, and she's never too high, never too low. You always get the same effort from her in practice, and just I think a tremendous goalie leader as well for our other two, all three national goalies obviously, but the ability for them to push each other in every single practice I think is what puts our goalies at the top.
How do you think having a goalie like Frankel makes you guys more open to attacking on 3-on-3? I know it's a push and pull in terms of not trying to allow a goal, but also trying to get that win. Do you think knowing that you have a goalie like Frankel back there helps you guys in these overtime scenarios?
I think sometimes our players lean on her a little bit too much at times, for sure. 3-on-3 is great, fast-paced overtime. I think it's always exciting. So, yeah, I think we'd like to lean on her a little bit less, but, there's always confidence that Frankel's going to get the job done.
In terms of just taking a look at these takeover games, it's not a true home game, it's not a true away game. What does the team take away from these games and going into these different markets and kind of, not only putting on the show, but putting on a show with a win on top of it certainly does something?
Yeah, I think, it can be tiring at times. I'm sure it's a long day. Yesterday we get to the rink and there's a Q&A, and then we have practice and a signing session, and we're off to the Sabres game. And so I think it's exciting that we get these opportunities to grow our game. And so although they might be a little bit more tired, I mean, both teams are going through the same thing, but we know this is what we want to do. We want to grow this game across the globe, and that's just what we're doing.
Knowing they used to have a professional women's team here with Buffalo Beauts. We're coming in here and bringing this back. Is this a way to kind of help keep the fan base involved and keep the fans here saying, like, hey, we're still here. Let's, we want to bring you guys back into this?
Yeah, I think, the hope of the Takeover Tour is to reach out to not only the cities that have teams, but the cities that hope to one day have teams and to grow this league. And I think Buffalo's a tremendous city with, like you said, they've had a women's team here for quite some time, and I think they did well. And so who knows what's going to happen in the near future.
Talk about two players, Aerin Gable, who obviously has been scratched a few times this year, but seems like whenever she's in the lineup, she's producing. And then Jillian Dempsey, who obviously just got a full contract this week.
Yeah, exciting. I mean, Jill Dempsey is the heart and soul of Boston. She's a Bostonian through and through, and I think for her to be able to put this jersey on and represent the Fleet is something she's dreamed of, and she obviously represented a few different pro teams that came through Boston, but it's really exciting to have her. I think her experience, she's a tremendous teammate on and off the ice, so it's really exciting to get her in and get her some minutes. And Lauren Gable, just one of the most skilled players that we've seen this game, and Patty Kazmar, winner NCAA, did great things at Clarkson, and we're gonna lean on her to do some magic out there, and we saw a tremendous shot from her today. I don't even know if the goalie seen it. It was so hard, she ripped it through the net. But exciting for her to get the opportunity to get in the game and get some ice today.
Coach, can you talk about Tap and how consistent she's been on that first line?
She's tremendous. I think you saw, against Ottawa there in overtime, she kind of just grabbed the puck, and I think everyone on the bench just stood up. We knew this was going to be the end of the game because she's just so skilled, and I think you see that game in and game out from Tapani, and we rely on her in all situations, whether we're up a goal, down a goal. She's someone that we count on, and she's super valuable.
Obviously a tough trip last 10 days or so, but you guys have been very resilient. What's led to the hot stretch?
it's been nice to win. I think, we went through a little bit of, we had 4 ties and we were on the road for 15 days at one point, just kind of grinding it out, and just so impressed with the team, the way they stayed with it, they pulled together. I just think it speaks volumes to our culture, and to win on the road when you're on a stretch is huge. And we have, a few days off here, and we're off to a huge game at the Bell Center.
You're only 1 point out of third, 4 points out of second. Win both, you're tied for first. What's the focus for the rest of the season right now?
Yeah, we're just taking it one game at a time. We can't look at the standings because everything can change, within the blink of an eye. This league is tremendous from top to bottom, and, you're going to see it continue to change. There's 12 games left, and so much can happen.
In the third period, New York got off to a hot start, now shooting you guys 8-1, but the final 10 minutes, you guys really locked in and then took that over the overtime and shootout. Can you just talk about that and what was the message during that period?
Yeah, we knew that New York was going to come out hot. They haven't been winning lately, and so there's a little bit of fire in them, and we weathered the storm. We're obviously down 2-0 heading into the second, not where we wanted to be, but I think it's the way you respond from a bad period like that, and our response for the last 40 was great to see, and heading into overtime had some great opportunities, and, finished in the shootout, so it's a great win.
Take one final question.
Talk about the physicality of the team. You guys kind of go back and forth. When it's stretch with this, you're playing on the road, like these guys call it, could be your home game, could be your road game. How much does that wear on the ladies out there as the game goes on?
Yeah, I think, these are professional athletes, and last year was our first year, and I think it beat a lot of the players down, just the travel and what that really is. And so I think we're prepared, and, your training's a little bit different in the summer, but I think they're the fittest athletes in the world, and so their bodies are fit for it. We have tremendous support staff with our ATs and massage, and so they're taken care of really well, and it's part of our identity to be physical. So
Thank you, guys.